Hi, my name's Phil Gardner and a warm welcome to Fun with Boxes. Well, with as much warmth as you can in these very cold wintry days here in Wales. But what better than to warm yourself up with a little bit of fun and joy that comes in certain boxes. Well, this particular box comes from my very favourite games company, GMT Games, and it is the rather wonderful solo game Napoleon, designed by Ted S. Raicer. I believe that's how I pronounce his name. Well, it's certainly how I pronounce it. Now, whether I pronounced it right or not is another question, because if you follow the channel, you know I am notorious at mispronouncing things. So Ted, I do apologise for mispronouncing your name, if indeed I did, but I do not apologise for loving your most wonderful game design here for Napoleon. This is a rather special, wonderful solo board game. Wow. Really, really good. But before I wax lyrical about the game, let's take a look at what you get inside. Okay, apologies for the glare there with the lighting. It's a very reflective box this is. So let's take a look at Napoleon from GMT Games. First off, we have the rules of play booklet. And I'm sure this is going to be as wonderful as all GMT booklets are. They are very, very well laid out, and they really do clarify everything you need to know, and everything is included in logical steps, and everything is very easy to look up as well. So taking us all through the various phases and political phases and the game end outcomes, and we've got some extra information there and how to set up the scenarios. And then we've got the key terms there on the back. So next on to the playbook. Always love these in the GMT games because they normally give you some quick start guides or examples of how the game plays, and a load of historical information as well, which I greatly appreciate and do enjoy reading. So this takes you through an example of play. And then these talk you through every single card in a game. I think there's something like 222 cards, giving you all the historical information about those cards. As you can see, quite a lot of cards. Yes, 222. And then we get all the historical information there. And some game design notes. And there we go, a handy little reference for the sequence of play on the back. Very good. There is a campaign battle mat included that has some potential campaigns table on the back there, and details around abdication resolution steps. So this you would use to do the campaign resolutions during the game. Next we have a rather large and wonderful game board. I'll take a bigger picture of this to show you, but this game actually doesn't have counters counters or anything, and indeed the main part of the gameplay is actually placing cards onto this sort of map board, as it were. It's very different to a lot of the other games I've played, and I found this rather intriguing, and it is a lovely board as well. And like I said, there are only a small number of counters that you will use in the game to track various things here. You'll be tracking your glory and your admin and your political values. And also there's a die then for resolving the campaigns in the game. So you may be thinking, where are those 222 cards, Phil? Well, I have squirreled them away inside here. So just to give you an idea on some of the cards, it is an absolute ton of cards in the game, because it's not just these here, they're also in here as well. So there you go, that's what you get in the game I, Napoleon by GMT Games, and it is a fantastic production. A fantastic production of a very, very interesting, very rewarding solo game. Well, there you go. This is the usual GMT high quality board game, right from the outside of the box, rock solid box, to the very game components themselves. These really are wonderfully produced board games. Really wonderful. If you are looking for a board game with theme, well, look no further. This is absolutely dripping with theme. It truly, truly is. You've got a playbook included here with a wealth of historical information, and it really is a joy to read and an absolute joy to play. Wow. And the game will take you anything from 1 to 4 hours to play. So it is a game perhaps not for the faint of hearted, but there are a number of smaller scenarios that you can play rather than the full version of the game. And the shortest one is the first part of Napoleon's journey there, and that will get you into the flow of the game, and then you will be wanting to get into the more challenging eras and indeed play through the full game. Well, as I've said, GMT are my favourite board game company, so whenever I see a new GMT board game on the shelves in our friendly local game store, Rules of Play, I can't help myself. I'm sure Lisa wishes that I could help myself, but I simply can't, so I couldn't leave this on the shelf, and I'm so glad that I didn't leave it on the shelf, and instead I left it on my board game table where I had tremendous fun. Well, there are some rather good videos on YouTube that tell you all about how to play this wonderful game, so I don't think there's any need for me to go through all of the game mechanics. However, I would just say that if you're looking for a thematic solo board game, then you really will be in for a treat with this. And indeed, if you wanted me to take a look at how the game sets up and how to play through the game, then please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll have a look to see if I can set one up for you. Well, in the meantime, I do hope you've enjoyed taking a look at I, Napoleon with me. If you did, please consider hitting the old like button and also hitting that subscribe button too. That would be most wonderful of you indeed. And in the meantime, as always, thanks so much for watching. Please do take care, and bye for now.